Hey everybody, this is Andrew from Road Tunes Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the album Gore by Deftones. So let's jump into it. The members of the Deftones are Chino Moreno on vocals and guitars, Sergio Vega on bass, Stef Carpenter on lead guitar, Abe Cunningham on drums, and then Frank Delgado as the DJ and keyboardist. This album was released on April 8th, 2016. This album was co-produced by Deftones and Matt Hyde, who had done albums for bands like Children of Bodom, Slayer, Hatebreed, and then Porno for Pyros. The mixing was done by Matt Hyde. The sound engineer was Chris Rekestrel and Matt Hyde. And the album was recorded at Megawatt Recording in Studio City, California on the label Reprise, which is part of Warner Brothers, I believe. The artwork is something very striking about this album. Deftones has, their albums are all, very striking. A lot of the times they use, animals in their artwork. White Pony is one example, had a horse or a pony. Diamond Eyes, that had an owl. On this album, Gore, we have flamingos essentially flying on the cover. The artwork was done by Frank Maddox. He's done a lot of the Deftones artwork, and I think this really fits with the theme of the album, and really that theme is juxtaposition. The album cover, is beautiful, with the color of the flamingos, and then, but is also kind of depressing as well. It's kind of, fits with the kind of roller coaster vibe of the album. You have this beauty pink color from the flamingos, and then you have the gray in the background as well. You see that kind of sharp contrast of colors and emotions, and I feel like that really fits in with the theme of the album. Some trivia about the album. There's some rumors that the name Gore is essentially a tribute to Depeche Mode, that being founding member Martin Gore. So some people believe that Chino and the Deftones named the album after Martin Gore. Obviously Gore is a word that means kind of like violence. Something that would be like blood or just kind of awful. Something that would be disgusting. Something you'd see like in a horror movie, gore. So that's the obvious meaning of the word, but that's some trivia behind the naming of the record. I think just kind of a little bit more background information behind the record. Stef Carpenter was not really getting along or vibing with during the recording of the record with Chino. I don't think they were on the same page, and it was very frustrating for him making this record. But let's jump into some of the tracks here. The first track, Prayers and Triangles. This song really sounds like it's coming off the last record that they did, Koi no Yakan. It's very, it's kind of dreamy song, and it's a lot of like layered guitar playing by Stef and Chino. There's not really a lot of kind of crazy riffs in this song. I think the song title, Prayers and Triangles, this song is really about, Chino looking back, having wisdom. Triangles are symbolic of, wisdom, and the other word, prayers. I mean, I think Chino's really looking back, going to his faith, and having wisdom. I think that this song, really captures that with the lyrics, and it's a really good song. It's a nice opener, so I really dig it. The next track is Acid Hologram. That's the second track on the record. This is one of probably my favorite songs on the album because it's very reminds me of like Nine Inch Nails and then like Smashing Pumpkins. It's got that real kind of Billy Corgan type of vocals going on there, and the guitar playing by Stef is like just so it's kind of crunchy, kind of sounds like Nine Inch Nails, and then you have Frank Delgado with the samples in the background gives it that real trippy element. And I just love this song. It's so different. I think it's just different than anything that the Deftones have done. Very experimental, but yeah, very good as well. And I think when we look at the lyrics of the song, we can definitely tell that this may be about maybe a drug trip that one of the band members went on. Acid Hologram, the obvious drug references there. But it is a very, very good song. From a production perspective, I do like, how Sergio is kind of using the 6-string bass and kind of using, a whammy bar to kind of give some of those weird kind of distorted bass sounds. And I really like that. Chino also used a voice filter on this, kind of make his voice kind of sound distorted and trippy, which I really liked. And he did that live. I've been to a couple of their shows after they released this album, and he uses an effect, when they play this song live, but it's still really good. The next track is Doom User. It's the 3rd track on the album. This is definitely one of the more heavier songs on the record. Really like it. It kind of reminds me of Royal from the Diamond Eyes record, or maybe Rocket Skates, maybe a combination of both of those in terms of tempo. I think Stef does a really good job on this song, with the guitar, riff, and it really gets you're hit with a real heavy, sounding song, and the drum playing by Abe, keeps a great, fast tempo. It's probably one of the faster, tempo songs on the record. But yeah, I love the screams by Chino and the vocals, and the guitars are just huge. They're just really they're crushing on this song, and the tone is very deep, and that kind of typical Deftones, low tuned guitars. And I feel like this song is definitely about some sort of I would say like anger, maybe a song. It almost sounds like it's a song about a woman, maybe an ex wife or a girlfriend. When we look at the lyrics, it says, stuck in your web of shame, open your eyes and you only play yourself. Collect your crown, now you're the queen of it. So I feel like it's kind of a critique of maybe an ex-girlfriend or maybe an ex-wife as well. But good song, definitely a heavy one, probably one of the more heavier ones, along with the title track Gore. Next song is called Geometric Headdress. It's the 4th track on the album. It's got a very strong industrial kind of theme to it. Kind of similar to Acid Hologram. It definitely sounds epic. It's you have the kind of trippy keyboard samples from Frank Delgado, who's just excellent on this whole record. I mean, he really shines on this record. The drum playing is really good as well by Abe. Again, I feel like these drums could have been mixed a little bit better by Matt Hyde, but still pretty good. And Chino's voice really soars on this track, and it's great. I mean, it's a different song. Like I said, I feel like this record is really an experimental record for the Deftones. We hear a lot of songs that we probably wouldn't hear on like self-titled or like Diamond Eyes. So the sounds are a lot different. I think the band definitely took a different route on this record, but this is a great track. Again, I feel like Geometric Headdress, the title of the track, is reference to potentially a wedding veil or a headpiece. So this song could be about Chino's current marriage or something on the lines of like that. When you look at the lyrics, ornate headdress, my temptress, weld your stuff in your veil. So I think Chino's he's talking about his current marriage right now. You know, when you look at the lyrics again, I think he thinks that his wife is a force to be reckoned with. You know, you look at the lyric, vile creatures collapse at your ankles, fire breather, snake eater, relax as we hail her. So I think, you know, this is a pretty positive message about, you know, his wife potentially, and I think it's pretty cool. Chino writes some really cool songs, and you really have to think about the lyrics, because I think there's a lot of like metaphorical references as well. So we go to our 5th track, and that's Hearts and Wires, and this song is very, very creepy. It's a dark song. You know, it has this kind of instrumental keyboard, you know, intro to the song. Almost sounds a little bit like Pink Floyd with, you know, Stef on guitar. You know, he does a couple of lines there, a couple riffs, you know, in the beginning of the song, and it sounds just, you know, like I said, like a Pink Floyd song, or like some band like Tangerine Dream, or you know, Iron Butterfly, or maybe The Cure as well. But yeah, and one thing that's pretty cool about this song is that Sergio plays the string part for this song. It doesn't sound like a bass at all, and he's using his 6-string bass to play the kind of string portion, you know, or the intro for this song. Stef has that small part, you know, guitar part on there as well. But when I saw it played live, I was like, wow, he's definitely using a bass to get that high pitched guitar sound. I was very surprised by that. But yeah, this is a great song. It's just brutal. I mean, the guitars are just really heavy. They're layered very well. Everything is mixed very well on this song. And when kind of, you know, doing some research into this album, it was a song that Stef and Chino argued about, had a lot of disagreements on this song, but, you know, actually I feel like it's one of the best songs on the album. And yeah, it's just this song sounds like it could have been on the soundtrack for like Silence of the Lambs or something. You know, it's a pretty amazing but dark track. The drums are, I believe, there's some electric drums that are used by Abe on this song, and it has a really kind of weird sound to it. It almost sounds like a heartbeat. But yeah, the climax of this song is just the guitars and the way that they're tuned and they're mixed. It just sounds incredible, and I feel like, you know, the Deftones really kind of hit their mark on this song. And when you look at the lyrics of this song, you know, it's a song, I feel like, about death, or, you know, maybe a, you know, possible like you know, kidnapping or something like this. Like I said, it makes me feel like I'm watching, or it feels like this song could have been on the Silence of the Lambs soundtrack or something. But I feel like it is about some sort of kidnapping, or maybe a torture or something. But it's a really awesome song. When you look at the lyrics, like, nothing can save me now. I've barred all my leaves, cut through this razor wire and the pain. So yeah, pretty dark lyrics, but a great song. Probably one of the best on the album. The 6th track on the record, it's called Pittura Infamante. It's probably my least favorite song on this record. I just feel like there's not much going on in this song. It's just kind of pretty bland guitar track there, or guitar you know, piece. Not many like kind of, you know, metal riffs. It's probably the oddest one on the album, to be honest. And almost kind of reminds me of that song Maine. I think it was on Saturday Night Wrist. Again, was one of probably my least favorite songs from the Deftones. And it's definitely out of place. But the title of the song, Pittura Infamante, if you do some research, I was looking into this, and it is a form of defamatory painting. So I feel like this song really, and the lyrics are about, humility, Chino kind of maybe critiquing himself, forgiveness and salvation as well. So, seventh track here is Xenon. This is a pretty experimental track, I feel like, for the Deftones. It has a kind of a weird kind of sampling in the beginning. And when I was kind of doing some research into this, Frank Delgado, he said that it was inspired by the actual arcade game called Xenon. This song really reminds me of RX Queen off of White Pony. It feels like this song could have just come right off of the White Pony album. Abe does great drum work on this track, and the drums are mixed really, really nicely. I really like again what Frank Delgado does and what he brings to the table for the Deftones. He definitely shows it on this track. The sampling in the background, I really gives it a trippy and cool feeling as well. The guitar riff from Stef is very crunchy. Kind of reminds me of like Diamond Eyes sort of feel or sound to the track. And I feel like this song is it's really a song about obsession, potentially violence, but it's really good. It's one of my more favorite songs on the album, and Chino's vocals really soar on this track, and it sounds really trippy with the the kind of some of the delays that they work into the track as well with Chino's voice, so kind of echoes and has some nice like delaying effects on the song. And then Sergio does a really good job on this track as well with the backing vocals. So the next one is called LMIRL, and this is an acronym. Chino was talking about how this acronym was used, kind of in chat rooms when the AOL, like Instant Messenger, was like a big thing. But LMIRL, really what it means is let's meet in real life. And I feel like this song is very, very heavily influenced by alternative bands. Like I feel like this could be a Smashing Pumpkins song. I really like the trippy sample that Frank does in the beginning of this track. It just really sounds eerie and dark in the beginning of the song, and then the vibe kind of it kind of transitions into a real positive, uplifting song. I just love it. I love how they did that with this song and really the entire record, because I feel like Gore is really a roller coaster ride when you think about it, because the songs are just, there's so many highs and lows, and you kind of go through the peaks and valleys on this record, but I just love it, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions, and this song really captures that. And it's not the heaviest song either, but it's still it's got great guitar work by Stef and Chino, and I love how they kind of bridge the two vibes of the song together, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I play this song a lot, and I really like it. When you look at the lyrics of this song, they in the beginning kind of elicit this kind of feeling of hopelessness, or possibly even depression. An example could be, we look at this line, "I don't miss you, I don't care where you are now." Then Chino also even references one line of the song, "I put this gun to my head and then I smile." So I definitely feel like there's some elements of depression maybe for this song, but then it changes, and we hear in the chorus, "slip into the calming waves, now I'll reawake me, never full of myself, I'll grow out of my shell." So I love this song. I love what it's about, and it's definitely a very good song on this album. The next song is Gore. That's the title track. it has kind of a cool intro. You have definitely a sample in there in the beginning of the song, and then you have Abe kind of comes in and does a nice drum kind of beat there, and Sergio, definitely I just love his playing on this song. The bass, kind of the deafening of the bass guitar and the strings, just makes this song have a lot of power, and it sounds really cool. Almost kind of reminds me of the song Goon Squad off of Koi no Yokon. Definitely has that heavy vibe. The ending is brutal with kind of Chino's screams, and it's just awesome track. We look at the lyrics, definitely a reference to violence. We lay in the gore of our vices. Now our bodies are wet. There's no blood on the beaches. So yeah, I definitely think this song is about gore, violence, and vices that we all have. And then we go to Phantom Bride. This is one of the best songs, in my opinion, on the album. It is a song that was done in collaboration with the lead guitarist from Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell. So he plays guitar on this song. It is excellent. Probably one of my most favorite Deftones tracks overall in their catalog. The guitar playing by Stef is just incredible. The effects that he had done with his guitar, in the opening of the track, almost makes it sound like a clock is ticking. It's really cool what they do with this track, and it was kind of a track when I was doing some research into the making of the album that they didn't really know what to do with, and then they kind of contacted Jerry Cantrell, and he helped kind of bring the song together. I mean, he does an excellent job on this track. It's actually the first Deftones track to ever have a guitar solo, excluding B-sides and rarities where the Deftones did some covers of some Lynyrd Skynyrd, I think it was Simple Man, but this is like I said, one of their best tracks, and it's just amazing. Jerry Cantrell's solo on this is incredible. It really reminds me a lot of Alice in Chains. And then, towards the end of this song, the closing of the song, it's kind of cool. Jerry Cantrell and Stef kind of battle at it, like Jerry Cantrell's like still soloing, and then, Stef's like, just using that, 9-string guitar, and just really letting it growl and letting it loose at the end of the track. So it's almost like a guitar battle at the end, but it's just awesome. And I feel like this song is about a woman that's battling from depression or drug addiction, and when you look at the lyrics, definitely indicates that, or some maybe alluding to that. You decided to spend your life safe from emotion. This way you'll never be harmed again or confused now. And then you look at the chorus. You spend your life trapped in this void where you will stay away. You waste your life. So could be wasting your life with substance abuse or drugs, but it's definitely an incredible song. One of their best, I think, of their careers from the Deftones. And then we have Rubicon. I like how this song kind of closes out the album. It's pretty heavy. And I feel like, the Stef's guitars really growl on this track. I mean, you got that nice heavy, low sound and tone. And then, Abe's drum playing is really great on this as well. I feel like this song is, essentially a commentary on the Deftones, career and longevity as a band. Rubicon, obviously a reference to the famous river, or you could kind of look at it this way, like crossing the Rubicon. The Deftones have definitely done that in their career, especially with the passing of their bass player Chi Chang. Band kind of came back together with Sergio Vega kind of taking the helm at bass. And with the comeback album Diamond Eyes after the unfortunate death of their bass player Chi Chang. But this is I feel like a commentary on their career, that river, the Rubicon, Julius Caesar crossing that between Italy and Gaul. So I feel like, the Deftones are at that point in their career where they've crossed the Rubicon. They're, at the height of their career, and I feel like that's pretty accurate. Deftones have been around for a very long time and have put out some really great albums. So I feel like this is a commentary on that, and it's a great song, great way to close out the album, and I love it. And it's not the heaviest song. I mean, the intro to the song does sound heavy, but the chorus kind of has some keyboards in there, and it kind of transitions again from being heavy to kind of a lighter vibe to the song. So and that's again the theme of this record. It's juxtaposition, contrast, and like I said, those roller coaster of emotions for this record. But I love this record. It's probably one of the best records the Deftones have done, in my opinion. It's gotten a lot of hate from a lot of other critics and fans, but I love this record a lot. I definitely recommend it. I give it 5 revs. So definitely go out and get it if you get a chance, and enjoy it. But let me know what you feel about this, how you feel about this album. Leave a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and follow Roadtunes Reviews on Blogger, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And as always, thank you so much for your support.